From the series Unwritten Hearts, Leah often felt like her soul was speaking in a language no one bothered to learn. She'd spent most of her life trying not to need too much. She laughed when it was polite, listened when others spilled, and kept her own ache folded neatly between the pages of journals no one read. Her quiet became her armor, her kindness, her camouflage. But some mornings, the ache was louder. She sat at the counter of her little bookstore, knees drawn up, hair messily tied back, a steaming cup of jasmine tea untouched beside her, and wrote, "Can anybody ever love me madly, badly, hopelessly, and haplessly, in spite of all my flaws and shortcomings?" She stared at the words, ink bleeding just slightly on the page. It didn't sound poetic. It sounded real, too real. She tucked the journal beneath the counter just as the bell above the door rang. Max walked in like a man still carrying yesterday on his shoulders. He had a quiet kind of gravity. Tall, disheveled, handsome in a way that looked unintentional, like he hadn't looked in a mirror lately. His eyes scanned the shelves with a restlessness that felt familiar, like a heart knocking on its own locked door. Leah watched him pause at the self-help section. His fingers brushed the spines like he was hoping one of them might reach back. He picked up a book, The Art of Being Enough. She almost smiled. He turned, their eyes met, and for a second, the noise of the world dulled with the flicker of recognition. Max froze and realized that she was the girl from the riverbank. He felt lost for a moment, searching desperately what to say. He wanted to be clever, or charming, or at least not boring, but all he could do was hold the book and hope she wouldn't disappear. But finally, after all the searching, he asked hesitantly, "Is this any good?" Leah stepped out from behind the counter, her voice soft but steady. "It's honest," she said, "but only if you're ready to stop lying to yourself." Max blinked. Then just barely. He smiled. They started talking, slowly and hesitantly at first, then with a kind of rawness that startled them both. About why people read books that hurt, about the fear of being too much and not enough all at once, about how silence isn't peace, it's just loneliness in disguise. Max told her he was between things, jobs, places, maybe even versions of himself. Leah didn't offer advice. She offered presence. When the sun tilted low and the shop's golden light began to fade, Max looked like he didn't want to leave, like he wasn't sure what he'd found, but knew it mattered. He bought the book, then lingered, searching for parting words. "Thanks." Finally, this is all he could say. Leah just nodded. Max stepped outside, book in hand, the soft May breeze brushing against his skin. He felt lighter, though he couldn't say why. Maybe it was her voice, or maybe it was just her presence. Inside, Leah watched him go, her smile flickering, then fading just slightly. She reached beneath the counter, pulling out a small stack of papers, resignation forms. Tomorrow was her last day at the bookstore. She hadn't told him. She hadn't told anyone. The city was calling her elsewhere, somewhere new, somewhere unnamed. A chance to start over, but a quiet ache bloomed in her chest as she thought of Max's smile, their unfinished conversation, the book he now held like a lifeline. She whispered to the empty shop, "I hope he finds what he's looking for." And maybe, just maybe, he'd find her too. Sometimes the right people meet at the wrong time. Will Max ever find her again? Read Part 3, The Book Between Them, to find out.